He wasn't born a genius. He was a sickly child in a quiet Scottish town. But one stubborn thought changed the course of history. Before Elon Musk, before Thomas Edison, there was James Watt, the man who transformed steam into power. James Watt, the thought that powered an era. Beginnings in Greenock, 1736 to 1753. James Watt was born on January 19, 1736, in Greenock, a small Scottish seaport town. The air buzzed with maritime hustle, and young James often watched ships being built and repaired at his father's workshop. His father, a shipwright and builder of nautical instruments, had a reputation for precision and intellect, and James inherited both. Watt's childhood was far from easy. He was physically fragile, often suffering from migraines and illnesses, but his quiet demeanor hid a voracious mind. While other children played, Watt dismantled and examined things: clocks, compasses, and mechanical tools. He found joy in mathematics and geometry, and often imagined machines that could do more than what currently existed. His schooling was intermittent, but he taught himself with relentless discipline, guided by the well-equipped library in his house. At age 18, sensing his son's talent, his father sent him to Glasgow and later London to apprentice as a mathematical instrument maker. It was here that James sharpened his skills, working with precision tools, mastering the intricacies of metalwork, and further feeding his intellect with science and engineering texts. Curiosity sparks innovation, 1757 to 1765. Returning to Glasgow at 21, Watt hoped to find work, but local guild restrictions barred him from opening a shop. Fortunately, Glasgow University recognized his potential and offered him space to set up a workshop on campus. There, amid scholars and scientists, Watt flourished. He became friends with notable professors like Joseph Black, a pioneer in thermodynamics whose ideas would later influence Watt's work. Then came the pivotal moment in Watt's life. In 1763, the university gave Watt a broken model of a Newcomen steam engine, the most advanced machine for pumping water out of mines. Watt examined it and was deeply troubled by its inefficiency. Most of the engine's energy was wasted reheating steam repeatedly in the same cylinder. Watt's restless mind couldn't let the problem go. 2 years of tinkering, theorizing, and experimentation later, Watt conceived a revolutionary idea: the separate condenser. Instead of condensing steam inside the cylinder itself, Watt's design moved that process to a separate chamber. The result? Drastically reduced energy loss, faster operation, and a quantum leap in fuel efficiency. "I can think of nothing else but this machine," Watt confessed during this intense period. That obsessive focus became the foundation of industrial transformation. Partnership, persistence, and power, 1765 to 1785. Innovation is one thing, bringing it to the world is another. Watt, though brilliant, struggled financially and lacked the resources to build and market his design. He experimented, failed, and pushed through countless technical roadblocks. His first partnership with John Roebuck faltered when Roebuck went bankrupt. But fate soon brought him together with Matthew Boulton, a Birmingham entrepreneur with vision and wealth. Together they formed Boulton and Watt, which would become one of the most influential engineering firms of the age. They obtained a patent for Watt's steam engine and began refining it for mass industrial use. By 1776, their engines were operational across Britain, in mines, textile mills, breweries, and metalworks. The impact was staggering. Production accelerated. Transportation evolved. Labor shifted from manual work to mechanization. Watt wasn't just a tinkerer, he was a systems thinker. He understood business, efficiency, and scalability. To help clients understand his engines, Watt introduced the concept of horsepower, comparing machine output to that of draft horses, a term still used today. Beyond the steam engine, 1785 to 1819, James Watt's influence didn't end with the engine. He continued innovating long after the industrial boom had begun. He developed a rotative engine capable of driving wheels, essential for textile factories. He improved chemical measuring devices, barometers, and even created a copying press, one of the earliest tools for duplicating documents, a forerunner of the modern photocopier. While others chased fame, Watt sought refinement. He was meticulous, often spending months perfecting a single part of a machine. By the end of his career, Watt had transformed from a quiet child in Greenock to one of the most respected minds in science and engineering. He officially retired in 1800 but continued experimenting until his death in 1819 at the age of 83. When he passed away, it wasn't just an inventor who had died. It was a man whose ideas had powered a revolution. Legacy that lit the world. James Watt's legacy is deeply etched in history. His name was immortalized in 1889 when the watt was adopted as a unit of power in his honor. But more than that, Watt transformed how we think about energy, efficiency, and innovation. His engine didn't just make factories hum, It enabled societal shifts, urbanization, global trade, the rise of capitalism, and the modern workplace. The Industrial Revolution was not a single invention, but Watt's steam engine was its beating heart. Machines powered by his designs helped build bridges, railways, and industries that elevated the standard of living across continents. One thought: infinite impact. James Watt's story is not just about engineering. It's about focus, resilience, and conviction. He didn't set out to build an empire. He set out to fix one inefficient machine, and in doing so, reshape the course of civilization. The most important discoveries will be found not in new lands, but in new ways of thinking. Watt saw the world not just as it was, but as it could be. That vision, forged through relentless curiosity, precision, and partnership, became the blueprint for progress. From a fragile boy in Greenock to the force behind an industrial revolution, James Watt proved that one powerful idea can turn the wheels of history. And even today, every light switched on echoes the genius of a man who saw steam and built the future.